Hello and welcome back to another casual night chit chat show. Now, before we begin, obviously, housekeeping, and that is taking a look at what we're supposed to do today. I need to go through my Discord channel because I put all my tasks to do and updates and whatnot. And that's that. And today we have a very fresh topic, and that is Horizon Zero Dawn has a new game called Horizon Hunter Gathering. Now, we're going to talk about this because on one end, I'm going to say this straight. Why? All right, we're going to talk about this. Why we have another game with the under the Horizon franchise that is not Horizon 3, or how you want to call it, right? Then that's the one we want to talk about. Like, what is the correct word for this franchise? Is it Horizon? Because the first game is Horizon Zero Dawn, and then the second game is Horizon Forbidden West, and then we have Horizon Call of the Mountain, we have Horizon Steel Frontier. So my guess is Horizon is the franchise name, and we want to take a look at what they have been doing and why they want to do Horizon Hunter Gathering, because this is a very interesting decision, questionable decision as well. Yeah, for me, I think they should just focus on their effort to make Horizon 3. I'll put it this way, right? Get the third installment, third sequel, third installment, saga, however you want to call it. Okay, so with that, first thing, let's see. Once we got that done, okay, need to launch my game because I always need to put my game up front and center. And we are doing a little bit of game dev as well. And officially today is the day that I'm supposed to reveal the finalized Hunter bot, right? HB. And I'm gonna call it HB. Yeah, HB. uh, we need to come up with a few names for the Hunter bots, but for now I'm gonna call it Hunter bot. And yeah, okay. So with that, game is turned on. Fantastic. Yes, sorry. Okay, good. We need to press play. I forgot to press play. That's why we are not seeing anything. And then I'm gonna add in some bots. I'm gonna register once the game is started. Okay, yes, we wait for the startup notice. Okay, there we go. As you can see, there are colors. One of the main reasons is I'm just putting the color to see what are the template that I can do, and I have to make a decision. That's the reason why. The final decision is today. I try to not say I delay as long as I can, but I have been putting I cannot delay anymore. Yeah, no more delay, because the more I delay, the more it becomes, how do I call it, messy. I would straight away say something along the lines of what's the word? If I don't make a decision today, it will continue on and on and on and on and on. All right, so I have to finalize it today. Yeah, no choice. No choice. Okay, so we got this thing turned on, which is good. What is the Discord? What are my tasks to do for today? Okay, let's see. Devlog. Did I put a devlog? No, I did not, because we were bored. We were busy. Okay, okay. I think I know why I did not add, because we were talking about Ashes of Creation. Oh no, that's not good. Well, on one end, I did say I need to get the animation. I did the animation, and we need to do the drop today anyway. So yeah, so that's that. Okay, that's just a quick little thing. So that's cool. So we got everything we need. We got the animation, and right now we want to finalize the robot. Hey there, Nemo. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so got that. One small little thing. Unfortunately, the story milestone was a little bit in under construction per se, so things are not working well. And looking at how the point system goes, looking at how the participation on the stream for the past 4 weeks, I can safely say we will not get there either way, which is bad, right? Bad, that's bad. Okay, so we are actually moving to our next story point, and the story point for January is that you found some broken hoverboards, and that's the reason why I need to finalize this guy ASAP. And today is the deadline. I decided, yeah, today is the day. No more, no less. All right. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of color shading later, and this will go live later tonight, if not tomorrow. So the weekend, for anyone who is tuning to my stream, gets first dibs. That's right. And for those who are tuning to my stream as well, I need to get the no, you know what? Tuesday I will no, that's not good as well. No. Okay. How I'm going to put this, for those who are tuning live, you are definitely will get first dip. For those who, not say for those who, and how do I want to put this drop? That's the discussion we want to do later. All right. Because right now I don't have the Series 4 membership card done because yeah, I was busy trying to get this robot done. Okay, and of course I did fix the whole entire what do you call this? The arena slash play pen, whatever I'm gonna call it, so that people can walk around. Okay, so that is one key thing that I want to put across here. Next up is, all right, let me load up one thing, and then we can go straight to the news, and that is talking about Horizon Hunter Gathering. That's a mouthful, okay? That's a mouthful. Yeah, Hunter's Gathering. And yeah, no, there's lots and lots of questionable decision. And also, we want to take a quick peek at what's happening to Highguard, because previously I did say Highguard did some good things. Can I use the word good things? No, Highguard did some changes that I will say that is a good change. Yes. Okay. So switch to this guy. Yep. Cool. Okay. So unfortunately, there's nothing here for the card. Okay, let me set this thing up because I think I messed the whole entire news section. Okay. All right, got this up and running. Okay, sweet. Yeah, okay, good. All right, cool. So let's kick things off. But first, I need to turn on my green screen so I can do this thing a bit more easier. Green screen, turn on. And then what I can do here. Oh, I did not. Okay, so dev mode. Oh no. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna switch to my Discord side. And then I'm gonna fix that part. Yes. And nope. There we go. Yeah, it's supposed to be like that, but right now the boss is blocking. The boss is blocking, so I got no choice but to put it like this. Yeah, if not, you won't see anything, and that's not fun. All right, so let's take a quick look at the announcement of Horizon Hunters Gathering, Guerrilla's new co-op action game. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a look at a few things. And at the same time, I'm trying to judge the game as objectively as I can, right? As objectively. But sometimes I have to question why they want to change to this direction. And let's read up. Right, with the very first idea shared with Horizon, we dream players hunting machines together. So they want to do co-op. We started with a small group of guerrillas. Okay. Begin exploring what could look like during experience. Killzone multiplayer titles. Do note Guerrilla make Killzone, and I love Killzone. We do not see any new Killzone titles, so that's the reason why I question like why? Alright, did we want to have something like this? Okay, since then, the team grown tremendously throughout development, extensive testing, patching, feedback iteration, okay, play tests with an entire team, blah blah blah. Horizon Hunters Gathering is a cooperative action game that lets up to 3 players team up as a heroic hunter to protect the world under threat on deadly machines. Combat is tactical, alright, nothing much to go there. Foundation of Hunters Gathering centers around challenging with playable hunts, and straight away with that line, this game is challenging 2 games. Number 1, obviously, it's gonna be Monster Hunter, straight up. And then we have to bring in this game in as well. It's called Dauntless. And Dauntless was a decent alternative game to Monster Hunter. However, it fell. Not it falls, it fell. It did not go belly up in a way where the traditional game dev, but oh boy, Dauntless suffers a complete shutdown because of the decision. This is the key thing. Decision made by the developer, and that is bad. All right, I'm gonna bring up Dauntless and why it died. Okay, because that's very very important. So, with that, let's move on to the next part, and it's painful. You know what? No matter how I see it, is painful. Okay. So Horizon Hunters Gathering, you choose a roster of uniquely skilled hunters, each with a distinct melee or range playstyle and weapons. Select hunters. Okay, so now we have one interesting thing. Now you have to select heroes. Can you have 3 of the same heroes? Question. Alright. I think not, most likely. Okay, but then again, I'm not going to question that yet because the game is not out. Okay, these hunters will have their own motivation, personal struggles, come together with new stories, want to tell in the world of Horizon. So is this a repeatable... See, the thing is, for certain style of games, especially live service group play games, the story is gonna be very shallow. Straight up, okay? I'm gonna take a... If you're gonna take a good example, take a look at Monster Hunter Wilds. Story is very shallow, and guess what? Nobody cares about the story. The story is just there for you to progress the game, and come to think of it, nobody plays Monster Hunter for the story, unless or until... No, unless. I'm going to use the word unless because Monster Hunter has a single player story. That's right. Now that is more catered to the story part of the game. So there we go. Yeah. So in general, story is not really a thing when it comes to multiplayer in general. Like, it's shallow at best. So, okay, don't care about this, guys, because once you want to have characters in the game, it really stops the pace of a multiplayer in general, because people want to just go in, play a quick multiplayer, call it a day, done. Because the moment you add stories, then people have to catch up, and then you can't just simply join a hunt per se, because that would disrupt the flow of the story. And then if you did not unlock the story, and unfortunately that's the problem with Monster Hunter Wilds, is that when you want to do co-op, you have to reach to a certain story point in order to hunt other monsters, and that is unfortunate, right? A lot of people didn't like that part where you get level keep, I'm gonna call it, and it's just terrible. Yeah, simple as that. It's just terrible for a group play. You want just to join in? No, you want to just jump in and pew pew or do whatever hunt. So one of the best games out there that is on the PlayStation that I can easily use it as an example. Guess it. It's called Helldivers 2. Right? Very, very straightforward. Whether you're a veteran or you're a new person, you can just squad up, drop into the zone, and pew pew. story is literally non-existent, and the game is very, very straightforward, and lots of people liked it. Okay, so that's the key thing. And there's also no, that's same goes with Diablo. Diablo is also another game whereby I think Diablo was a little bit more forgiving in terms of story, but then again, Diablo is not really a very story focused as type of game, right? It's basically just jump in, hack and slash, call it a day, right? So a lot of all these games, when you have co-op and whatnot, is people want fast pace. If you want story, the only way to do it is pure single player game. And guess what? Horizon has great single player game out there, or great single player title. Alright, derail a little bit because I want to finish this part up. Right, between missions, you return a vibrant social hub where players can connect, prepare, celebrate victories together, customize your hunters, visit vendors, upgrade gear, team up in your next adventure. Straight up, it's Monster Hunter / Dauntless vibe. With today's announcement, let's see. We want to take a look at the announcement. What's the date? February 5th, literally today. That's the reason why I want to talk about this. It's fresh right now, alright? Very, very fresh. With today's announcement, we're beginning journey. Hope you can continue. First small close play test. Unfortunately, this is on the PC, PlayStation 5. I will try to get in. I will try and I'll play test. Let's see if I can do anything about it. And that's that. Early on, regular development. Alright, that's cool. On a personal note, this is both exciting and daunting step. Multiplayer games has always been part of our studio's DNA. Okay, bringing co-op hunting experience to Horizon universe is something we envisioned for a long time, and we're approaching it with care, ambition, and passion. This is PR talk in my opinion. Alright, everybody. Let's go with it goes without saying, everybody wants the product that they made to be long lasting. That is a straight up, I won't say assumption, that is a straight up how I call it, that's the goal, right? Everyone's goal is to be profitable, so that's why I say it goes without saying. And obviously, if their brand can stand the test of time, simple as that, right? If the brand can stand the test of time, you get more money, you can create more games, and then you get more money, and then you create better games. The cycle continues. Simple as that, all right? So this part, like I said, it's mostly PR talk, because nobody wants to make a crappy game and then call it a day. Nobody, all right? Unless you are those slot game developers, which is unfortunately, there are a lot of them in the Web3 space. Goes back to the same problem, right? A lot of them happen in the Web3 space. Slop developers. It's painful, right? Okay, so now we are done with this. The question is, right? The question is, what is under the Guerrilla Games portfolio? Because this is a questionable game coming out from the developers of Killzone and Horizon series. And if you can see, I'm gonna just, can I grab, if you look at Killzone, I'm gonna start with Killzone, alright? So Killzone is a very mature, I won't say mature, it's more of a adult, can I use the word adult team? I would say more mature, more realistic. I won't say realistic. Killzone is not it's a hilarious story, but at the same time it's a very straightforward story, right? It's very straightforward. You versus the regime type of stuff, right? Very, very straightforward. But what I meant is the graphics, the theme of the game is more mature, more 16 and above. And then we get Horizon series, right? Because I'm going to use Horizon Steel Frontier as the base for now, because this is where they have a video behind it. And you can see it is more, I would say realistic, yeah, more realistic style of graphics, all right? And look at this, these are cool, right? I do love the Horizon Zero Dawn, the first one, and then Horizon Forbidden West is like, it loses a little bit of identity, but it still did not run out. I mean, it's still okay-ish, but it ran out of identity. I think it had an identity crisis on 2. And then we get the MMORPG, oh, Horizon Steel Frontiers. Now, this is interesting, okay? Because we have the death of Ash of Creation, and now we have this. Currently, I don't think it's still available yet because I don't see any game out there because I would like to play. And see, that's the thing. So they have Horizon Steel Frontiers, MMORPG. And then we get literally, forget about Lego because Lego has almost every single IP under their belt. And Lego is Lego. Treat Legos as separate as it is because let's see what they have. They have Batman, they have DC stuff, they have Marvel, they have Hobbits, they have Horizon. Uh, what else? What are Star Wars? So Lego, it's on its own world, so I will not talk about Lego. But you can see Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. Technically, we don't really need the remaster part. It's just them wanting more money. Horizon Call of the Mountain, VR, Horizon 2, Forbidden West. And most of them are more, I would say, more teen-like, more realistic. I would say more towards the realistic style of things. And then here comes Horizon Hunter Gathering. Straight up, the art style is very Fortnite-esque, very dauntless. In fact, actually, it's closer to dauntless than it's the same Fortnite. Yeah, this type of simple type of what you call this, a art style. All right, a bit more cartoony, cell shaded type of things. And yeah, no cartoon. I have to use cartoony. It's definitely not anime. If this is anime, no, no. I have my standards for anime. Okay, and I don't, personally speaking, I don't want to see this type of art style anymore. I'm getting sick and tired. Not to say, see, the thing is, I would still praise that the steps taken by Fortnite and Epic Games for Fortnite, it is one of those things that I say that is their identity. The Fortnite art style is really their identity, and a lot of people want to kind of copy their style. So unfortunately, I'm gonna give Horizon Hunter Gathering a minus point because they're doing this type of style. But I'm gonna close a blind eye just for now because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up Dauntless, and then you can compare the difference between it. So let me go to this and let me close this. All right, switch to this guy. I'm gonna search for Dauntless because it's the same, in my opinion, it's the same exact style. And you know what? Sometimes I would say, how do I call it this way? Seeing something of the same art style, it feels very ununique. I'm gonna put it as ununique. Yeah, it feels, yeah, it feels ununique. That's what I can say. Okay, Dauntless, and to top it off, is it under? Wow, even PlayStation has it as well. Okay. All right. Yes, let's go. I know it's not available purchase. So I'm gonna go straight here. Boop. All right, so if you look at Dauntless, the art style is exactly what you expect. No, so what you expect. The art style is very similar. Yeah, very similar. Not exactly one to one. It's just similar. That this type of character-esque. So I'm gonna call this the Fortnite style character-esque because really there's you see more of this type of art style popping up here and there. Again, I have no issue with the art style. Okay, I'm gonna say this straight. I have no issue with it because maybe it's easier, maybe they like it, right? But the problem is the game. You get from more realistic stuff, and then you get something like this, or rather, you get this, and then you change to this. I have questions. Why would you want to waste resources for a different art style when you already have an established art style? It makes no sense. That's what I'm going to talk about. It's not about Horizon Hunter Gathering chooses this art style and it's bad. No, it is because it's from the same developer, same IP, and you know what? I cannot use the word same IP. I cannot use the word same IP. There is one, two small little things here and there. There it is. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take that back. But what I'm gonna question is why change the art style? Because this basically I'll put it straight up, you're wasting resources. Yeah. If this is under the same company, the same studio, yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Because if it's different studio handling different IPs, you know what? Fair enough. But this same studio, same IP, but you have two distinct. Now you're gonna go into a distinctive art change between these two games, and that is not just it. Because like again, I'm not really bothered with Lego, but if you look at Steel Frontiers, Zero Dawn, Call of the Mountain, VR, and Horizon 2, they're all similar, which is exactly what you see right here. And if you want to do Horizon Hunter Gathering, I would say do in this style instead. Now, I do know why. On one end, I do know why. It's not because they choose that art style, it's because of technicality. It is much cheaper in terms of resource used if we go to a bit more simpler. All right, a bit more. You know what? I need to find out what type of art style do you call this? What? Because we have cell shaded, we have cartoon style, we have what else? We have anime, we have realistic, and yeah, I want to. What is this? Is this a new cartoon? Because cartoon there's a few style as well. Yeah, cartoonish style. You know what? I'm gonna do a little bit of research because if I do game dev, this is called stylized. But stylized is such a huge bracket, right? Or maybe not. Maybe this really is just called stylized art style. Anyway, yeah, questionable. The decision is there. It's questionable decision. I would rather have this and they try to push this into a group hunt, and it is the same exact question to the people who made High Guard. Like, are you making this game just to please yourself? On one end, that is not wrong. I'm gonna say this objectively, that's not wrong, because maybe, like I said, maybe you like this certain art style, you want to make a game with this art style, that's totally fine with me. Okay, straight up, that's totally fine. And because of that, unfortunately, I have to draw a line for those who are making under the same banner of an IP. If this is literally called something else, people wouldn't blink, and I can easily say this. If this is marketed as a new IP without using the word Horizon, okay, maybe it is much more acceptable. Maybe the decision making for this is like, okay, you know what? It's a new game. It's literally a new IP. And this is the one thing I want to talk about. I am not so keen on people keep using the same IP and then they change too much. Not because of the change. It's very misleading. Yep. Misleading as in it plays on feelings. So it's kind of a predatory tactic. Again, marketing, right? For example, easiest I can use is people who how do I put it this way? People who play Batman, right? The initial bunch, all right, so Batman has lots of style, okay? But the one that is the most popular one that a lot of people know, it's called the Arkham series. And so Batman is a character. So Batman, you can there's lots of type of games, right? So you have the Lego Batman, you have Batman Arkham series, and then you got another game I used to play. Like we have the DC Universe Online, where you have Batman as well. So it's all out there, different styles as well. Now, it is calling, for example, you make Batman Arkham series, right? It is a single player game. There is no leveling. That's whatsoever. And then suddenly you put out a game like literally Suicide Squad, right? And if you want to say that Suicide Squad exists in the same universe as Batman Arkham, and then suddenly we get a detachment because the whole entire Suicide Squad gameplay is literally different from an Arkham series. And that's one problem, because if you started to market yourself, all right, this is the same universe as Arkham Batman, and then people thought they're gonna have an Arkham experience, they got cheated. That's one, right? Straight up. So that's all. That's how I'm gonna put it, right? It's mainly on the cheated experience. But then again, there are also, if I were to look at objectively, technically not really a problem as well. If we were to, because if I want to take another game, it's Street Fighter. Street Fighter 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 1, literally it's a new game. And then 2, it's a completely different game, even though it's still a fighting game, but completely different in terms of art style and everything change. 2 to 3, not much of a difference. 3 to 4, a huge change. 4 to 5, not much of a difference. 5 to 6, also 5 to 6, 5 to 6, huge difference. But fighting games doesn't follow that thing, right? So that's one thing, because the gameplay is still the same. It's still a fighting game. So that's that. And yeah, it's actually very on one end, I'm gonna say it's very questionable because of getting more like this type of graphics all the way down to stylized. Yeah, that's the most questionable reason. Like, what is this for, right? And that's it. I can guarantee there are much more other complaints from other people outside, and if you were to watch, but for me, I try to make it as objectively as I can, and these are the only two questions I have. Why change the art style, and why have a not say why focus on the multiplayer, because you already have a multiplayer version, which is an MMORPG. So why do you have something in between? That's the question. What does the Horizon Hunter Gathering can do that Horizon Steel Frontiers cannot do? Yeah, anyway, that's it. That's that for this, and yeah. Oh, one small thing. All right, one small thing, because I want to bring this up, because I did say, like, if we want to change art style because it's a different company, then that is maybe okay-ish. But we have another game that is similar. In fact, there is a story behind it. All right, Light of Motrium. Motrium? Motrium, I'm gonna call it. And this is a game. Haha, guess what? It is a game that was supposed to have a connection to Horizon series. In fact, the story, it goes like that. Okay, it's basically China has been making a prototype game which is supposed to be Horizon's a title under the Horizon series, and then IP discussion, whatnot, it did not happen. Basically, Sony says no. So what happened is, the company that has all the assets already made for this game, they, instead of scrapping everything, they try to redo and sell it as their own new IP, right? Because we have a lot of Horizon like images, reference, and assets. Okay, then because of the whole entire Sony thingy, it didn't happen. didn't happen. And then when they released their own game with a new title, obviously Sony is not happy, says, hey, this is too close. Obviously it's too close because it was meant for you. Yeah. And because of that, yeah, IP infringement, yada yada yada, the whole shebang, and now it disappears, which is very, very sad. On one end, it is very, very sad because sometimes some games, again, like this is great. Yeah, great. You know what? I would even go as far as this. If you want to do Horizon Hunter Gathering, might as well just get this company and recycle some of the asset and make it to a hunter style type of game. The assets already there. Yeah, so again, questionable decision. So on one end, maybe it's not Guerrilla Games' decision, it is Sony in general, literally PlayStation. And PlayStation has been making some interesting decision as of late. Very, very questionable decision. Obviously, they shut down Concord. All right, that's the most famous number one spot when it comes to making new games, especially post Concord. Everyone's gonna compare to Concord and says, "Hey, is this game made in the decision making of Concord?" Because it is, I would say, controversial. On one end, Concord. See, I supposed to talk about Concord because it's also a game that is worth talking about, and because the problem with this is a lot of games is now, right? We have reached to a point where a lot of games are very similar. It's too similar, and people will compare to each other. There's no running away. As much as how on one end, I do understand why the developers want to make something a bit more unique, but it is still too close. Yeah, that's one small little issue with a lot of games. Not say games these days. All right, it's not about the problem is not about the game, but the decision to make the game. Why choose this art style? Why choose this style of gameplay? And that's it. All right. And if it's too similar, people will compare, unfortunately. That's on one end, I don't like it. It's because it's similar, because usually games, I'm gonna say this straight, okay, some games, yes, they are made poorly, right? They copy and say it's just because we can copy. Those games I'm not bothered. Okay, copy because they can copy. Some games are literally just terrible, not because of the gameplay, but the whole entire presentation. That part, I'm not going to talk too much about it because, like I said, I want to be as objectively as I can. Like, what are you trying to achieve? And in this case, I'm going to end with this. What is the Horizon Hunter Gathering trying to achieve? Are they achieving a Monster Hunter style game? In this case, there's only one out there that is still standing. Dauntless went down, went belly up. That is because the developer, again, a developer's issue. Would Horizon Hunter Gathering able to break this? Not say break. I would say would Horizon Hunter Gathering manage to break the wall that is holding the Monster Hunter genre? Do we have another game that is no? First Descent is more shooter based style. Yeah, we don't really have a tried and true, I won't say direct. Okay, I don't want to see a clone of Monster Hunter, it's boring already. Okay, but I want to see something that, okay, if you want to do hunt, we need some new mechanic that is literally different from Monster Hunter. So as you can see on Horizon Hunter Gathering, we have different characters. Okay, cool. We have skills. Okay, cool. And how will this game be played? Because on one end, if they If they want to do close to Monster Hunter, I would like to see what they want to implement. Another end, this could be just a very, very straight up hack and slash. Like you just group up with 3 people and you just raid a dungeon. Simple as that. Cause with abilities and whatnot, it feels very just go in and raid. Yeah. So in my point of view, I do want, right? I do want to see a new mechanic. Would we have a new mechanic that is unique enough that will stands out like, okay, this is Monster Hunter but with extra stuff, like unique stuff? Because if you say Monster Hunter with abilities, it's technically just a typical open world raid or a arena. No, can I use the word arena? I cannot use the word dungeon as well because it's technically not a dungeon raid. So perhaps this game could get an audience that it needs. Right, people who wants a much more, I would say, a much more relaxing hunt than Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is very mechanically it's a highly mechanical technique, a technique. How do I call this? Mechanical? No. Monster Hunter relies, okay, because if we go Souls-like, I don't want to see Souls-like type of game style as well. That's kind of boring already. You know what? Let's see. If this can capture Dauntless' initial impression, I think it can stand a chance. Right? It can, even though with its a lot of negativity, right? Yeah, it's a story. The problem is the story. So they need to come up with nice hunts. Problem is live service, okay? Truthfully told, it's live service. Straight up. I think we need more single player games. And Guerrilla Games should focus more on the single side stuff. I'm sure they probably have something on Horizon 3. Hopefully it is around the corner. Hopefully they are putting time for it. Yeah, no, I've nothing else to say. This is probably something that they can fill in the gap between a more relaxing hunt than Monster Hunter, but a bit more mechanical based, like positioning, not say tactics, positioning, choosing the right equipment, engaging the right, yeah, no, a lot of these things I think we need it, okay? Because if it's too casual, like it's gonna be a bit boring. You know what? I'll try to get into it, right? I will try to play this game and then we're gonna judge as it is. And we want to see how long the hunt is as well, alright? Yeah. Anyway, that's it. The question is, why do we need this, right? Why do we need this when you already have the MMO? Alright. And obviously the art style. Why change the art style? That's my only two thing. Having a literally new IP right now. Okay, you have VR, you have the main line, you have the MMO. So you have technically 1, 2, and then now you're gonna have a sort of a co-op style. Yeah. There are questions to it, but to me, I'm gonna say this straight. I'm gonna put it on record. It feels literally like Dauntless. Because Dauntless is also very straightforward. It's a much more relaxing pace from the Monster Hunter pace. Yeah, because Monster Hunter is very mechanic. I would say it's mechanic, technique. I cannot use the. There is another word for it. It's more along the lines of mechanical, technical. It's very technical. Yeah, okay, I think that's the word. Technical. It's a very technical game. Yeah, but not as technical like as Souls like. So that's also another thing. So this is more of a chill esque. So this is more like a chill esque. So probably that's the reason why they go for this art style. But my guess is they go for this art style for only one and only one reason, right? Game optimization and resource usage. Okay, that's it. That's that for Horizon Hunter Gathering. Yes, I tried, right? I try to be objective as best as I can, and then I'm gonna try to sign up. Okay, with that, let's move on to the drop. All right, so to finalize the character, and then we're gonna do a little bit of game dev as well. As you can see, the boss does not respawn, which is a shame. So we're gonna fix that a little bit. So let's close this. Now, first thing first, we're gonna need to let's see. Go to scenes, go to this guy. Okay, we need to change the head because I did out of all, yeah, I don't like this head. This head is weird. So I already created two. I just need to import them in. So I'm just gonna do that right now. I'm gonna bring this two head in. They also have colors already, so I'm gonna put it inside here. Let's see, bone 1, bone 2, bone 3. All right, cylinder. Yes, sorry. Huh, come on. Come on. Okay, put it inside here. Now we definitely are. Ha! Yeah, there we go. Close this guy. One of the reasons why I make it as modular as I can. Number one, I am 3D printing this guy, so it's gonna be a toy. And number two, it's much easier for me to change the helmet if I want to. Look at that. So I have two variants. First variant, this guy first, is a much more wider style of eye, which is cool. I like it. I still like it. And then another one, I give a little bit more, what do you call this? Shape. And the eye is much narrower, the nose. So I am deciding which one should I use. Should I go back to the original one? Because I think the original is kind of, yeah, I think the original is okay-ish. It's not so bad. I don't want to put too much shape because of a few things. Number one, 3D print. Yeah, but this is actually a little bit okay-ish, right? Gives a little bit of cheekbone. You know what? I think the more I see about it, I think this one takes the cake. Yeah, you can see that there is some like eyebrow definition over here, and nose is much more menacing. I'll go with this, the original. So at the end of the day, we are going with the original. Now I'm gonna show the side by side with all the variants that I did. So the original variant, we are still using the original head, which is great. Hand does not change too much. The thrusters, yes, the thrusters, I'm following the new robot instead. Now, unfortunately, this guy, the chest is boring, but I do like the shoulder pads. This guy is aggressive, shoulder pads, but it feels so out of place, and I just managed to get a nice in between. All right, you get a chesty guy, and then you get shoulder pads. Like this is pure win. This robot is literally pure win. And guess what? Oh, this is something I want to show as well. All right. This is the reason why I use Unity. Right. There we go. We got a little bit of action stuff over here. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little bit more cleanup. It feels a little bit too fast. So can I change this? Can I make it a bit? On one end, I can actually do the reload first and then shoot. But you know what? I think this is okay. Boom, boom. Okay, let me move this. Okay, move this a bit. I'm trying to slow down a little bit more. And then we are done. After that, I just need to change. Okay, is this slow a bit? Okay, this part feels a little weird, so I'm gonna speed up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, this guy is too fast, so we're gonna push it here. Okay, this part is definitely jank. Gonna push it up a little bit. Yeah, okay. So this part, I think we need to make it a bit faster. And then the shooting, we can delay slightly. Okay, this part goes up. Okay, yes, good. The delay here is nice. So when that, all right, so this one I can bring out a little bit. Okay. Shoot, and then we want to okay, this guy can go a bit further. All right, shoot. We need to rotate that a bit faster. Okay, this one can push a bit. Yes. Aim a bit. Take a little bit. Okay, no, we can actually make this slightly faster because the delay is too long. Boom. Okay, cool. I like with this new timing. This new timing is good. Okay, so that's done with this guy. Now let's get into the color department. Color department, let's grab our materials. So we're gonna extract the materials. All right, materials are extracted. Now, red, we're gonna maintain as, yeah, red, but do we want to do metallic? No, no metallic needed. All right, so this guy, unfortunately, I want it to be kind of reddish. And then this purpley stuff, obviously, we're gonna go a bit more gunmetal. So it's gonna be, at first I want to do white, but white is just eh. So we're gonna do a little bit gunmetal, a little bit more on the bluish tin side of things. Done. All right, and last but not least, let's fix this guy. Red accent and gunmetal. Ta-da! Huh. Blue, white, and let's go a little bit like say gunmetal, right? Let me do a quick little Google and see how gunmetal color looks like. Gunmetal. Hi. Okay, gunmetal. Yeah, gunmetal's more zinc-like. Yep. Okay, so it's a bit more on the brighter side of things, not too dark. Yeah, not too dark. So yeah, pretty much I got pretty much it. Like not too bright, not too dark. I think I want to change the red color. The red color is a little bit too on the nose. Do you want to do a bit more orangey? Nah, I think red is okay, right? And then the chest I could do. The problem with the chest right now, it's oh no, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter in my opinion. Yeah, at the end of the day, not a big deal. Okay, if that's the case, then we'll just copy, no, we just copy the color itself. No, Ctrl Z, copy the color code, and put into here. All right, I think that would be it. That would be it. This would go up to min tonight. Hopefully we don't have any issue with it. Okay, so this is done. Next up, what we need to do is we need to do the the rate. That's right. So we're gonna go back here. We're gonna do a quick little what do you call this? Scripting. We're gonna do a little scripting. What I need to do is I need the game to restart when we already take down the boss. So first thing first, let me do a debug rate game. So if I were to turn on debug mode, yeah, we're gonna go through the script one by one. Because when we go to debug mode, it should be probably like a one-hit KO type of thing. Yeah, that would be the easiest to do. Okay. Waiting for the script to load. Da, da. Come on. Why are you loading so slow? Why are you loading so slow? Let me take a look at the resource usage. Yep, so slow. So slow. Okay. Close this, turn on. Hello, where's my... Yeah, that's the reason why I want to change. Okay, hold on a sec. Gonna rename some of the stuff on my OBS. This... Oh, no, 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 no. No, come on. There we go. There we go. Okay, sweet. Okay, that's a no. That's also a no because it's not supposed to zoom in too close. That's the reason why I messed up. I messed up a lot. Wow. Hey, what is this? Yeah, no, you know what? I have to do this like that for now. It's annoying. Okay, game cooldown. Unfortunately, not seeing the whole entire complete script, and that's the reason why I'm annoyed. Let's see if I can do this part over here. No, not this as well. Yep. This is all messed up. Change you. Wow, really? Okay, I give up. I don't want to do too much. At least this is working in a way. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is for now. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to do the script part, rate game manager. So once rate is done, let's see, boss is dead. So this is the old one. Rate 2. All right, so boss 0. Stop rate at milestone story point 1. All right, simple as that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a countdown. At points, countdown to new boss. Okay, so in this case, what we want to do is copy you. Gonna put you down here. And okay, so we want to do a reset here as well. Okay, and then start whole routine. Oops. Yep, gotcha. We don't we care about boss active. Okay. So first thing first, 0 reset, boss active equals false, HP slider, game object, set active equals no, false. All right, so once this 2 is done, now we can do rounds in between. Let's put this float. No, we don't want float. For now, for debug, let's put 1f. 2, no, let's do 5f. 5. Was active, no need. Okay, there we go. And then what do we need? Start rate. Start boss rate. Straight up. Start boss rate. Start boss rate. This guy will go to true. Blah 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 blah. True. Okay. Setup boss if debug mode. I'm gonna rate debug mode, and then else current HP equals 5. Okay, done. That's it. That's it. Switch. And then we can start play. Whew, okay. I think that's it. I'm gonna do a little bit of minting later tonight, but I don't think I have enough time for it, so I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Got a few things I need to yeah, you know what, like I said, one hour per stream night, and that is including with all the logistics side of stuff, which is crazy. Yeah, crazy. Takes quite some time too. Okay, yeah, boss up, and then we're gonna just type add bots. So bots comes out, bot will attack, and then because the HP is on debug, oh no, I forgot to change to debug mode. Rate debug mode. So we need to get all this thing up and running, and then we need our boss animation, idle time, and whatnot. So we need to get it done. Okay, add bots. Yeah, there we go. It hits, and then done. Okay. Now wait for it. It should pop up anytime soon. There we go. Boss appear. All right, cool. Boss appear is working. Fantastic. That is done. Next up, I need to do one more thing. I want to see if I were to spawn the boss out. On one end, we don't need to spawn the boss anymore. Okay, click this guy. So I want to click this guy. This is okay. So Red boss. Oh, it's clone. Yeah, we are cloning it. Okay, so if cloning, then what we can do is I need to check the animator. We want to change the animator. Red boss. Okay, before we do anything, I want to do one thing. One check. Gonna go to stage basic, save. Animator on the bot itself. Okay. Game. Where are you, game? Found the game. Raid boss. Animator. Gotcha. And we should have animator over here. The bot. Go to animator. Straight away attack 12. Okay, fine. Number 2, I need to change the helmet. So helmet will be changed. Oops, I adjusted the wrong thing. Accidentally adjusted the wrong thing. Huh. Yeah, there we go. Back to normal again. Now I messed up the whole entire, what do you call this? Ugh. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna spend some time fixing this again. Every time I move any of the windows, it's annoying. I got annoyed. Okay. Where was I? Raid. No. Hunterbot. Hunterbot. Grab these 2 guys. Put it inside here. One. Okay. 0. Okay. Oh, so hilarious. I just realized if I put the helmet too small, it's hilarious. Okay, get this guy a little bit bigger. Perfect. You go here. I know I'm supposed to use one of the head. Yes, it's this guy. You here? You here? Oh. You here? You here? Okay, sweet. Okay, done. Press play. Now, when I press play, now I need to fix the whole entire... what do you call this? This whole entire thing. Overlay. Overlay. Oh, there we go. Boom, boom. Haha, that is cool. Right, super cool. Although the green cannon thingy, yeah, I need to fix that. Okay, next up, I need to go here. Yes, sirree. Okay, now I need to check the overlay. Annoyingly, because I moved something. Okay. Yes, close this guy. Overlay looks okay-ish, but I know it's off. That's what I'm fixed right now. Did it work? Nope, it did not. It made it worse. Okay, I think this is correct-ish. Gonna adjust just a little bit more. Yeah, no. Made it worse again. Yeah, alright, sweet. Done. And I'm done for the night. So that's all I have for you for today. Thank you for tuning in. For those who are watching on Twitch and on Kick, I wish you good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night wherever you are. Have a nice day, my friends. Stay safe. Until then, I will see you guys same time, same place, 9 p.m. PT time, every Tuesday and Thursday. Until then, see ya. And for those who are watching on YouTube, don't forget to add. Don't forget to add. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and help this channel grow. Until then, I will see you guys in the next episode. Whew. Okay. On one end, unfortunately, the news takes too long. No. I put extra time. I put extra time for the off-stream development. So everything is good. Everything is good. Until then, see ya. Gonna go to N, and now I'm having to find a way to make this game a little bit more interactive, entertaining. Oof. It's tough, okay? It's tough.